to say goodbye to too broad, too confusing, too fluffy headline of the brand message. Quick solution here, because I want you all to learn what's the solution, is to have that. Welcome again to the inacademy.com free live LinkedIn masterclass where I convert my LinkedIn connection into sales. I'm covering my top 3 proven steps to build a high impact LinkedIn profile that converts. All right, how to basically build an impact LinkedIn profile that converts. This is exactly the same framework that I teach 195 of my clients. So everything in this masterclass can come together and understand, right? Again, this is one of the things that I wholeheartedly believe is the most important element for a successful online business is a strong personal brand. So let's go. Okay, this is my proven framework, right? All right. So this is phase number 1, which is personal branding. And this is where you need to have the absolute clarity and alignment with your brand and message and business, right? Like this is the foundation of everything that you do in LinkedIn. But there is a pros and cons when you're building your personal. Pros is your ideal customers know who you're trying to serve, what you're trying to offer, how you're going to bring them the value and result, right? But there is a con, right? There is a con. Is you have clarity and alignment is super important, but you did not have the profile views. And you have a great mission, but friends, you do not have sales, right? So you might have personal branding, maybe have absolute clarity, but it's not enough. Let's come to phase number 2. You need to post content on LinkedIn. I already gave you the statistic earlier. There's only 3% of people posting on LinkedIn, right? So your content can be very intentional. And if your content is intentional, strategic, that builds demand for your service, then this is the pros and cons that you're going to get. Pros is the algorithm on LinkedIn will favor your content, will increase your reach, will give you the profile views, will position you as a trusted source to lead you to more DMs and inbound leads, right? But there's a con. Content is really excellent for lead generation, but it's not like conversion if you really don't have the right strategies. And if you're a content creator just like myself, creating content takes time and work, and it's easy to get burned out and without a sustainable content creation system. So making sure you have that in place, and I will be diving into that in a bit and tell you all the tips. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 is you need to have a relationship building pillars at the very last. Have a proven lead conversion system and a relationship selling funnel, right? In order to have these proven framework to work hand in hand together, right? So pro of this is a system that really helps you to prioritize your sales leads from cold, warm, and hot relationships. So it would save you time. When a new lead are jumping in, they have already established that 2 to 3 touch point with you, right? That's the pro. That's the pro of the entire process. But there's a con right here. Relationship selling, it's very critical to any online businesses, but it will be a waste of time if you have not built that solid foundation on your personal brand. Clear who you're trying to serve, what you're trying to offer, or you're just basically dumping content on the internet, on LinkedIn, without knowing the purpose, right? And it wouldn't work if you also have a traffic problem. So this is phase number 3. So this is the entire proven framework teaching with my clients. So if you imagine you have your personal brand and you have your intentional content, but you don't have sales, right? You don't have the relationship selling phase, then which means you don't have sales. And friends, I hate to break it to you. You don't have a business when you don't have sales. But when you have a content, or like you have your intentional content, your pillar number 2, your phase number 2, and you have your phase number 3, which is relationship selling, you will have a nightmare client. You will have misaligned clients because people have no idea who you're trying to serve, what relation, or like what result you're trying to give to them. So you don't have a solid, strong personal brand. So you only have phase 2 and phase 3 and missing this one here. Imagine it works a little bit like a stool, right? The first stool is personal branding. Number 2 is intentional content. Number 3 will be relationship self, right? So you're missing one leg of the stool, it get very wobbly. It's get like you're not in a very stable. And last but not least, you have phase 1 and phase 3. You have personal brand, you have relationship selling, but there's no inbound lead because you're not visible. Because nobody know about you. You don't talk about yourself. You don't sell and market yourself. So these 3 things needs to work hand in hand together in order to really drive you paid clients. So I want to share one of my insider, Jen Duso here. She's a career coach for women leaders. And in just 2 weeks, because she has done all these 3 things work so freaking well, she doubled her LinkedIn search result, doubled her profile views, and got featured by the LinkedIn news team. Is actually not twice because last week he got featured again, so 3 times, and also Business Insight. So as you can see, it's really strong and powerful if you have your personal brand really as a very strong foundation, then pair it with your intentional content strategically, and last but not least, relationship selling. So if you can do this 3 in this beautiful triangle, you'll be able to save tons of money also on PR, right? So this is the 3 things that she got. And at last, in 2 months, she signed a 4-figure coaching client in such a short amount of time if she really do this 3 things first. And Sebastian here, Shab is actually here, so I'm very glad that he's here listening to his own success story. He's an ex-Big 4 lawyer turned executive coach in Switzerland. He grew his follower by 36% with hitting a couple of viral posts. And now 90% of his clients are coming from LinkedIn. He signed multiple 4-figure coaching client and quit his corporate job because he can use LinkedIn as a lead generation machine for him alone and be able to increase his fee. Each phase on its own, it's already super powerful. But when you combine it, it becomes unstoppable. So you need these 3 phases to work together as an interconnected ecosystem, right? I already talked about you have phase 1 and 2, you don't have sales. When you have phase 2 and 3, you have nightmare misaligned. When you have only phase 3 and number 1, you don't have any inbound sales. Okay? Is this clear? Is it a good foundation for you to understand the proven framework, understanding the 3-leg stool, the 3 very important components that you need to provide a steady income security from LinkedIn to your business? And again, all done through organically, all through LinkedIn. And like I said, organic always tastes better. Phase number 1, let's go about the personal branding. 2 common mistakes about personal branding on LinkedIn that a lot of people is missing. Number 1 is their lack of a strong foundation. Number 2 is they have very confusing brand message. Everything that you do on LinkedIn, you need to go back to this. This is exactly the foundation that I teach my clients over and over again. You need to understand how you're doing on LinkedIn, where exactly you are. You understand doubling down on things that it works for you, and then eliminate and remove things that's not working. So don't start running before walking. I always love to say that. So find out the current status in your LinkedIn personal branding journey. Go to your private to dashboard and check whether you are all-star LinkedIn profile. Again, this is foundation. If you're not an all-star LinkedIn profile, believe me or not, don't even think about becoming top 1% of LinkedIn profile. But if you do, kudos to you. Moving on to next. LinkedIn actually give you a report card on LinkedIn and give you a score called social selling index. If you have been following me for a while on LinkedIn, I talk about this all the time and tell you exactly how effective your professional brand is to market and sell yourself and your service environment. So I have included a URL right here so you can check your SSI score right away when you're listening to. And within the LinkedIn algorithm system, right? And within that dictionary, if your SSI score is under 60, it will negatively impact your post. So of course, I've included 2 quick fixes for you. So number 1 quick fix is to use the link search bar to perform this search where you can do by filter by. I know majority of you are tuning in from the US, so you can filter by location. Some of you are tuning in from Europe, you can filter the location. And then you can filter the first or second degree. So when you do this, it will quickly boost your pillars of finding the right people. All right. So this is number one. Number two, quick fix is go back to your private to you dashboard and reach out to the people who viewed your profile. Come on, those stalkers are the most interested audience to you as a professional, as your brand, right? So have that offering in place and conversation right there, right? This is like perfect place to be in. Now I want to share with you another on my Della insider for South. He's a 10x life coach. He decided to invest in himself and set aside time to level up his LinkedIn profile and build a strong personal brand foundation. And in just 4 weeks, he went from 58 to 77 SSI score and reached 1%, top 1% of his industry, as well as close to 4-figure coaching. And he told me his traffic from LinkedIn profile is actually stronger than his website. So I really hope to inspire you that your LinkedIn profile can actually do a better job than your website, because website really takes around 6 to 8 months to ramp up the SEO. And when you need to do SEO, which means you need to pump a lot of content. So let's go to mistake number 2. Problem with this LinkedIn profile. And I read out his headline: Save, Open Mind, Certified Live, Career, Communication, helping you to navigate the profile. He has too much information. There's so many people on LinkedIn. I find this common mistake. They never understand what niche and industry. There's no difference between niche and industry. And on their headline, as well as on their summary, is so confusing. So what exactly niche is? It's actually to solve a specific problem for a specific customer, right? So you might be asking, Salina, I'm so scared if I niche down, I will have less clients. And I have to bring it to you. That's the case. Look at this perfect example. The more specific you are, it's actually more profitable it is. I hope tons of my clients niche. So look at this as a perfect example. A copywriting program, it's around $39. But if you're really segmented to put it SEO copywriting for B2B marketing professional, you can even charge up to $2,000, right? So the more specific you are, the more profitable it is. This is the power of clarity, and this is the power of niching. I want to share with you, Tini is one of my old, my client. She had like an old LinkedIn headline, put events freelancer for companies, which is very, very generic, right? Very, very fake. And we work together and hone into niching it down and become business event strategist for SMB owners. So she went from signing 4-figure full event management clients and quit her corporate job last month. It's because we decided to niche down, right? And niche down can really help you and make really, really clear about your business. So say goodbye to too broad, too confusing, too fluffy headline of the brand message. Quick solution here, because I want you all to learn what's the solution, is to have that bulletproof personal brand with 100% clarity and alignment that can attract your ideal. So 5 seconds. Go to your LinkedIn profile right now, grab your phone, go to your LinkedIn profile right now, and answer me. Who do you serve? What problem are you trying to solve? How do you help your ICP? How do you help your ideal customers persona? Do people understand your ideal clients? Can people understand the result? Can people understand the problem? If that's the case, then you know. So we talk about personal branding. Again, these 3 phases need to work hand in hand together. Now we're going to dive into intentional content. And this is the 3 common content mistakes that keep you from signing clients. So if this is the case for you, I might be catching you again. So number 1, you have no idea what followers and client mean. Number 2, you have no concept of conversion content. Number 3, you are creating aimless content right now and no system in. So let's go. Majority of you, I might be catching you because I got DMs every single day asking me like, Salina, can you help me to 10x my followers? I want to get to 10,000 followers just like you, right? This is you. But friends, you're focusing on the wrong metrics because 90% of people on LinkedIn are chasing this number. They're chasing followers, right? But I have to break it to you. Followers does not mean sales. And they thought there's more followers, your business is growing. I mean, can you hear that? It's so wrong in every direction, right? So your clients doesn't need to actually like your comment, but they do need to like your offer. And that's the only thing that they need to like. I got tons of DMs, especially executive as well as leadership clients. They come to me and wanted to work with me without even like or comment in any of my singles. And this is exactly what I'm trying to prove my theory to you, that you don't understand what followers and client need, right? So that also keep creating endless and aimless content and build a business strategies around that. And that really works. And this could be you right now. You post every single week. You have really poor engagement here in cricket, and then you burn out, right? And then repeat because you don't have purpose, right? And majority of my clients come to me when they are at this stage. Followers and clients are two different. So content that gets you likes and comment is one thing. Content that builds demand, get you sales is another. So smart business owner really assign goal to each individual content. You have no concept of conversion content. A lot of people confuse higher engagement posts or type of content matrix that get a lot of engagement. Right? You might get a lot of engagement, highest engagement, but lowest sales because, again, there's no purpose leading back to your offers, leading back to your coaching, right? This is how confusing. But when you're using lead generation type of content, it will get you actually lowest engagement, but the highest action. For example, I am promoting my masterclass, and majority of you know this is like more like a promotional stuff, right? Just lead generation type of content. It get me the lowest engagement, but all of my clients take a lot of action, right? A lot of people take. So just to wrap it up, in terms of conversion content, you have no idea what free content versus paid content really means. The truth is, a masterclass that you're attending right here, this is not designed to give you a full transformation. And you and I know about to build a powerful personal brand, give you the content conversion system, and then sign your first and next client on LinkedIn. But friends, that doesn't mean free content is not valuable when it's not done. You do not know what's a free content and a conversion, which is I call the paid content. Free content tell you the what and what. It gives you the quick tip to get you from point A to B. For paid content, it also tell you more. They tell you the how, they tell you the sequence, they tell you the real transformation to achieve exactly what you deliver and promise your clients. So your goal is to get from point A to Z. So that's the difference, right? So if you're posting way too much how-to content as well as sequences, there is a problem with some of your content, okay? And this is exactly what it is. Like I have this winning LinkedIn routine checklist giving to my clients, which they know daily, weekly, monthly, what exactly strategic action they need to do in order to get to signing their first client on LinkedIn, right? And this is some of the things I will only share with my clients, but not on my free channels as well as my free master. You see what my point is? So this is very important to identify. And I want to share with you one of my clients, Angel. She's a career coach for undervalued finance. And she grew her follower over 9% to 5,600 followers because she honed on to intentional content and gained more B2B clients and hit multiple viral posts on LinkedIn. So you see my point, paid content provides you the full A to Z role and get you the full transformation that you need and understanding everything you need to know in order to achieve a big result. Client Ella, she's actually a very interesting, she's classical musical performer. And originally when she reached out to me, it was like, Salina, I don't know whether I can actually sign clients on LinkedIn as far as get people like my posts. And look at her. She get more than 1,000 engagement after working with me. And she understands intentional content really, right? So this is very, very important to understand that intentional content drives you really good results when you look at a system in place, when you really understand what's conversion content really. And on to next is creating aimless content that have no system. Because you might not have a content creation system that allow you to stay consistent. And when the algorithm on LinkedIn can train and understand you're not a consistent or active user, you cannot possibly increase your post frequency. And when you cannot do that, you cannot get the maximum eyeball for your service, right? So this is very, very important. So you have to systemize your content. You cannot post the day off, and this is one of the solutions that I provide for my clients, and be stressed about, oh, what should I be posting to? The strategies that I give my clients in place, and I give them a tracker to understand that you have to systemize your content from content pillar all the way to content mix, content types, all the way to posting frequency, right? So Craig is one of my clients, and he hit multiple 5 to 6 figure viral LinkedIn posts and hit his followers from 1,500 to 4,000 followers in such a short amount of period. And he got his post with a viral 140,000 views. It's like absolutely crazy, and double his reach there as well. So you see, if you have a system in place, the content creation system really allow you to post consistently, show up consistently for your audience. And this is one of the foundings I want to share with you. When I'm posting only 3 weeks on LinkedIn, this is my follower growth, right? But if I can ramp up and post 5 times a week, I'm not encouraging you to post from 0 to 5 times per week. This is not the strategies that I want for you to start with, because again, it's not sustainable. You need to have a content creation system in place to post and show up for your audience consistent. Post frequency equals to consistency and equals to system and habit, right? Content next, we're going to talk about relationship selling. So there's 2 brutal truths about business on LinkedIn you don't want to hear. All right. Number 1 is you fell at rule of 7. Number 2, you don't know your numbers. Okay, let's go. Rule of 7. Majority of the people have not heard about this, but I teach this to my clients, and they need to understand. A prospect actually need to see and hear your message at least 7 times before making a purchasing decision. Is this happening to you, friends? Like, this is literally shot from my LinkedIn. I got this right before people wanted to connect with me on LinkedIn, selling me shit. This is this week. This is just this week. Does that happen to you? And the worst painful one are the one actually selling me about LinkedIn. And they don't even know I'm an ex-LinkedIn employee. If you see the arrow right here, it says, sorry, Salina, this is an automated message that I sent to 100 people. Oh my goodness. This is like just ruin the entire online reputation. If friends, this is you, please don't do it. Really focusing on the relationship, because people wanted to be seen, heard, and understood. Okay? So don't fail at rule number 7. So moving on. You do not know your numbers, friends. If you're multitasking, come back to me, because it's one of the most juicy formula. You need to take a screenshot, and you will love, okay? It is by the end of the day. It is the numbers game. Content creators or entrepreneur, there's no sale. You do not have a business, right? You don't have a business. But I want to ask, how well do you know your numbers? Let's try. Answer me right now. How many calls did you book this week? How many of them show up to your call? And how many close rate? If you know your numbers, kudos to you. If you don't, that's okay. That's what you're here learning from. Show up rate and close right. If you know those, awesome. How about your LinkedIn profile views? How about your LinkedIn profile conversion? Okay, what's mean by LinkedIn profile conversion is how many people actually enter your LinkedIn profile and DM you about your service and DM you about your call. So that's how it works, right? It works like a landing page of your website. You might know about this too. If some of you are like, oh, Salina, I don't know about those 5 numbers. You might know how much resolution your service is and how much do you want to make, right? And let me explain. Most of the struggling entrepreneur will throw this arbitrary 10K a month goal without knowing any of these numbers. And this is what happened. And majority of the people are doing the simple math. And this is a really raw, simple math, just FYI. If you're doing this math, let me know. That's totally fine. And you're in my masterclass because you're learning. You have this, you want to make 10K. So you're like, okay, so I will make a price of the solution times number of clients spend. This is the goal. I need it. Nope. let's crunch some numbers, shall we? So this is everything hypothetical, and I want you to just basically fill with what you want, right? And take a screenshot if you want, because this is very, very juicy. So this is your number. Let's say you really want to hit your revenue goal 10K US dollar. Price of your solution is 2,000, let's say, just assuming, and number of clients you. This is basically the simple math that I talk about. Then you need to rework your number. If you know your close rate, right? Let's say it's 5 clients, then you need to times 30%. That means you need to have 17 sales calls in order to hit that business revenue, right? This is very important. This beyond LinkedIn that I'm teaching, right? I also teach this sales tactics to my clients as well, so they would be able to find client consistently. And the show up rate is 60%, which means you actually cannot just have 17 sales calls. You need 28 calls booked a month in order to get 10K revenue. So which means how much traffic you need, my friend. You need your LinkedIn profile conversion rate by 3%. If anything that it's below that, there's a lot for you and I to work together to increase your conversion, which means 28 calls booked divided by that 3% conversion rate, that gives you this number, which you need 934 number of profile visit you need in order to get to that revenue. So the bottom line is you have to understand your number. The more control you have your desirable result, it's fact over feeling, right? A majority of the people don't know, and they're just focusing on the wrong things, right? Wrong metric. Look at the followers, look at other things, look at the engagement. It's not it. This is the real numbers you really need to understand, right? This is very, very important. So, yeah, we identify you've got a consistent traffic background on LinkedIn. These numbers are just hypothetical, right? You need to fill in that number to fit that formula for yourself. So you really understand what it's missing in the equation, what you need to do better. Is it the nurturing? Is it to sales? Is it in terms of market, right? Or content? So if you have the traffic problem, I'm going to teach you how you can take an insider look from an ex-LinkedIner, how SEO works on LinkedIn, as well as where to put, right? I can't be talking too much about, there's 2 types of searches, what works matter today. I don't have all the time in the world, but this is how it works, right? You have the search appearance, which is, this is your SEO number. And you can see where your searcher work, what your searcher do with. And then you do a fantastic job with LinkedIn SEO, you can rank higher on Google search results. So this is very, very important. And you will ask, Salina, where should I put them? So my winning SEO is LinkedIn marketing as well as LinkedIn personal branding. So make sure you put all your keywords. Don't put adjective. That's why a lot of people missing the SEO, because they're putting like adjective like the winning or Stella or superstar. People and Googling for those so making sure you really are using some of the SEO keyword that people are Googling. So for example, 70% will contribute to your primary section, like headline, which we talked about it earlier in the personal brand chapter, summary, experience. And secondary section will be the skills and endorsement, as well as recommendation. So this is the section that you really need to hone to. And I'll share with you one of my amazing stylish clients, Elizabeth here. She held on to her SEO strategies that she learned from me. She's a B2B archive business copywriter. Her LinkedIn profile views increased by 400. So this is like really, really crucial and very, very. So this is the SEO strategies, advanced strategies for those already know about these two, is to also customize your LinkedIn profile URL, not just your name. People might not be Googling your name, right? Change it to something that people is Googling, right? Maybe it's the name of your company or something else, or career coach or tech career coach, things like that. And you can claim it earlier. And it works a little bit like, website SEO as well. You can rename your LinkedIn profile as well as last but not the least is to publish optimized content on LinkedIn using tech strategies as well. So that it paired with Petra, is another of my amazing clients. She's a corporate leadership coach, and because she do a really fantastic job with LinkedIn SEO, her search appearance increased by 300%, and she be able to tap into more international community because she's winning that SEO strategy with me and learning everything you need for optimizing her content with this. So you see, these 3 pillars, like I said, is a 3-leg stool. You cannot miss one of the elements in order to have a paid customer on LinkedIn. And this is exactly what I teach you all, sharing with you this amazing winning framework that you need in order to sign your first and next clients and beyond on LinkedIn, right? So this is the 3 phases really need to work together, interconnected, in order to sign some clients, right? And in the online world, in order for a brand to be widely successful, it's really through establishing your trust and credibility. I think majority of you could totally agree with me because this is your digital currency. People decided to really take out their credit card because you have built the trust with audience. That's why I talk about the relationship selling, right? You can't right in the get-go just bitch slap someone on the face with their pitch, right? And this also acts as a magnetic opportunity magnet for you that they wanted to buy from. So just a very quick recap.
Hey you, yes, I'm talking to you. I'm interrupting my own episode for this. Looking to supercharge your business growth rate using LinkedIn? Here are the 3 ways we can help. Number 1, you can get our signature LinkedIn for Business program right down in the description box below. Or, not convinced? Join our free community, a home for entrepreneurs who wants to create follow-worthy personal brand and convert connection into clients using LinkedIn. Or, book a call with me and my team to make LinkedIn work for you and your business. All the links in the description box below, and let us be your biggest LinkedIn cheerleaders. Thank you so very much. And as for now, let's head back to the channel.
Or what you have learned so far is you learn the 3 components you need for a very successful online business. The foundation to build a high impact LinkedIn profile that converts and content that builds demand for your service. And you also need to know your numbers very well in order to build wealth for yourself and create impact that you. And you also saw how all my inspiring successful cases of my clients, no matter whether you're a new coach, a new entrepreneur, or a 9-to-5 side hustler. I see a people here like Andrew earlier, a few of you, or a content creator like myself. This is a proven framework that really works for everyone. In order to achieve your goal, you really need to get those 3 things. Just to let you know and what you don't know. And you only see the tip of the iceberg, right? And you can't reverse engineer it if you don't see the whole picture, right? There's free videos, and there's also the comprehensive, which is the A to Z program. Why you're not seeing long-term success with just free tips or tricks? Because you don't see the whole thing. You don't see the whole framework that I'm trying to share with you. This is the framework that I just quickly share with you, and this is super important. I hope you take a screenshot. And if this is helpful, drop me emoji so that I know this framework is like, oh my God, this is like a light bulb moment for me. Salina, thank you so very much. Right? Jay's like, oh, clapping hand. Awesome. And let me know which is the one thing that you would like to implement. Are you guys enjoying so far? Let me know. Okay, I've got quite a lot of questions here, so I'm very, very excited to answer it individual. Team, if you can drop me the summary of all the questions, that would be really helpful there. Basically gather. And what are some of the things that you will implement straight away? I am super excited to hear from you. All right. Love it. Okay, so let's go. I got up tons of questions. Great. Oh my goodness. A lot of people want to optimize their profile, want to do SEO. That's great. Okay, I got some questions. Okay. Okay, Jeanette is asking, Salina, I'd like the relationship billing chapter. I'm so glad you like that. I wanted to learn more. Curious to know what is your target audience. Okay. What's the program best for? Oh, this is a really, really wonderful question. Thank you so much, Jeanette. So, this is like for professional who wanted to really grow their lead and get attention online and generate business revenue. And this is the program specifically for that. And designed for entrepreneur as well as side hustler who is really hoping to sign the first and a few clients on LinkedIn and consistently getting clients in and using LinkedIn as a lead generation machine for them. So this is our best program to design for. I hope this answers your question, Jenna. Great question. Okay. Okay. Ellen has a really good question as well. Ellen's like, oh, I'm curious, Salina, if someone SSI is at 77, great. And is it correct it's not going to increase much more unless they sign up for Sales Navigator? Actually, it really depends. So in my P program, I talk about each individual steps you need to take in order to increase your SSI score. So if let's say there are a few things that you have been missing it, then which means despite you have the Sales Navigator, you can still increase your score. For example, my client I showed you earlier, her name is Allison. She worked with me. She's like from 61 SSI score and then bumped it to 78 by the end of the program. And then in 2 months, when she execute all the strategy in place, you bump it to 84. So she don't even have a premium account. So you don't need to have a sales navigator. Jenna is like, thank you so much. Okay, great. I'm so glad this is helpful. Okay, Jackie asked a great question here. Jackie asked, I recently had to refile my LLC and change my business name. How will that affect me? Okay, Jackie, this is a great question. It really depends, right? Like if Jackie, you have that LLC name with your business page, then it would, if it's nothing related to your LinkedIn profile, it shouldn't be affecting you any. So I hope this is helpful. Okay, great, awesome. I have another question. Vincent is like, so Vincent enrolled during the weekend. Yes, you get all the bonuses. Vincent, don't worry, you get all the bonuses. Whoever that actually joined early actually get all the bonuses. So Vincent, don't worry at all. You get all the bonuses. So if you have any questions, just keep going. Okay, Catherine asked, can you please provide pricing for option 2? Absolutely. The pricing is $997 if you start today. Or with a payment plan, you can start it with $550. But if you do it enroll during I'm live with you, you can get all the bonuses that you, okay? Vincent is like, thank you so much, Salina. Yeah. All the bonuses is right inside your members area. And also, okay, Lillian asked a really good question. How does this translate to a business page? Yeah, so I am so glad you asked that, Lillian. I actually add a bonus lesson, which I did not talk about earlier, that you will get a bonus lesson to learn how to basically business page as well as getting at least 80 to 100 100 followers each month. So you will be able to basically work on your business page as well. But if you ask me, I will highly recommend you to focus all your energy in your personal profile page because you get more views, you get more. It's just LinkedIn prioritize your individual page first rather than your business. So I hope this is helpful. But in my module, let me think. I think it's in my module 3. Teresa, maybe you can help me out. Module 3 or 4, I added a bonus lesson, step by step, how you can create a high impact business page for yourself as well, Lillian. I hope this helps. Great. Okay, Kira asked a great question. I wanted to hone in to my personal brand present. I don't think I'm clear of who I am trying to reach. I know, and it's totally fine. And if this is the case, in my start from scratch, I have that lesson for you to really hone in and discover who is your high-ticket clients on LinkedIn. How are these ideal clients are on LinkedIn? How can you find them? And how do you really hone in and understanding what your ideal customers really are looking, right? So this is what you'll be learning inside my LPBA program, okay? Great question. And how will ads address SEO on my page? Yes, absolutely. Yes, this is very, very important. All right. Jeanette is like, all the time. Yesterday, I get 3 messages in a day, not giving me time to reply. I'm stepping to connect. I know, that's why relationship selling is so freaking important, right? Super, super important. Okay. Kieran have more questions. Okay. Oh, did I miss another one? Wait, Jeanette is like, I need to leave now. I'm buying the program right away so I can benefit of all the bonuses. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Jeanette, I'm so happy that you joined it. Yay. That's great. Keep the question coming. Again, when I'm live with you, you can still consider my program, whether it's the right fit for you. Because to me, this is the most important, right? I'll be lying to you if this program is for everyone. That's not the case. This is a program only for highly motivated self-starter, change maker, a person who is really hungry for growth and determined to invest in yours. Then this is the program, okay? Great. Here is like, how do you feel the type of content on LinkedIn that I consider clickbait? Yes. Drop down of the page long post that loads of fluff. Okay, how do I feel about it? I mean, in my paid program, I think I teach a little bit about that. You need a really good mix, which I usually suggest my client a 70% and 30% ratio when it comes to sound, right, or conversion content. You should have around like less than 30% of the conversion content. For clickbait content, I would say clickbait content is a little bit like, those that like popos or clickbait, like, some of the emoji, the emocon that LinkedIn have, right? Kira, is that what you're meaning? Then those really are not adding any value to you. Like maybe here and there, once a month, you can do posts like that. But to me, every content should have an objective, right? Every content pieces should have an objective. And if you don't have the objective for that specific content, I would rather you don't. And that's what I'm teaching inside LPBA program. So it could really ramp up your social engagement. I hope that answered your question. Kira, good question. And I want to also add one more thing, right? You're training your algorithm to like your post or not. If you are consistently showing up for your client and your community, offering value, and you're getting a lot of good engagement, LinkedIn is going to put your profile to more people, right? Pushing your reach to bigger people. And also all the LinkedIn algorithm that you're going to learn within LPBA program is going to help, right? For example, one of the things that will really kick in and help you is the first 2 hours of the engagement is the most important. And LinkedIn favor comments rather than like and share. So which means if anybody is really looking to like or comments of your post, they need to do it in the first 2 hours in order to help you even, right? So these are all the things that I will be teaching inside my LPBA program. All right, we are down in 2 minutes, guys. If you have any other great question, let me know. I love hearing questions. I like Jeanette question and a couple of your like Lydian, Joseph, Howard, all your amazing questions. If you have any other question, let me know so I know that I can answer you straight away. All right? Awesome. Okay, Karen, that's another really good question. Do you ever delete or retry a post that didn't get any engagement in the first 2 hours. Never do that, because LinkedIn algorithm will train and default. It's like how people edit your post, right? Which highly encourage you not to do it at all, to delete a post, right? Or retrying a post. So this is very important. What I would recommend you, if first time posting is not good, really hone on and understanding the copywriting perspective. Are you doing everything that is right that the LinkedIn algorithm favors? If that's the case, then it's good. But if it's not, then change it up, update it, right? Change and pivot and remove. I talk about that all the time. Carrying a really good scientist mindset when it comes to your LinkedIn growth. Very, very important. So you need to hold on to that and making sure you do that. But what I will be recommending you to do, Kira, if it's really, really engagement, then you can repurpose. You can repurpose the post later, right? You can repurpose the post for that specific one, okay? So repurpose meaning like maybe 1 or 2 months later, you can post that post again and test it out. And if you can see it's still bad engagement, then you know the audience do not like it, right? Your audience do not like that post, as well as some of the things of your post is missing the point, right? And it's not adding value. There's no goal on your. But in my winning routine checklist, I teach my insider daily, weekly, monthly what you need to do to ramp up your social engagement. This is like sort of like a really good question from you that you can repurpose your post but never delete it. Jeanette. Okay, Janelle's like, just to make sure I can make 2 time payments, 5. Actually, 550, you can get all the bonuses except one, which is the one that it's with the cover photo, right? The cover photo, done it for you, cover photo, super. So if you pay right now, you get the masterclass bonus, which is the 30, 60, 90 days bonus that you can get right away within your members area when we're dripping module 3, which is all about content. So you can pair with the strategies to work on it right away. But it will be in your members area when you member. Great question. Also, Sat was like, get this. Jenna is like, okay, got it. Absolutely. My pleasure. You guys are so nice. Love it, love it. Yeah, I'm still with you, so you can still ask questions. Absolutely. All right. Here I have another question. My last question is, what resources do you use to stay up to date with LinkedIn changes? What is BW? Your feedback is super helpful. I mean, I used to work for LinkedIn. I have friends that is still working for LinkedIn, so I know those algorithm changes because my friends told me. Yeah. So that's why all the things that you're learning is the ultimate truth for everything on the platform. All right. And friends, before you go, if you invest in something, I want to tell you, with minimum risk and guaranteed biggest return, my friend, invest in yourself. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I am going to play some music and say bye to you all. Thank you, everybody, for probably the last 75 minutes and 90 minutes to join this LinkedIn live masterclass. Again, how you turn your LinkedIn connection into customers. I'm so freaking proud of everyone joining it. And again, just want to welcome Vincent, Lennis, Irene, Simone, Jeanette, Rebecca, Elaine for this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'll say bye to you all.